Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first of two epilogues for season 1 of Nerd Asylum by Night. This is our extra life charity where we are raising money for Riley Children's Hospital. You can donate to affect the game in real time. I don't know that things will be quite so dire this time around, so you may want to save those donations for something a little more exciting, or the season 2 premiere, which is definitely going to be exciting. I can tell you that.
Ooh.
But you should be worried. But we are playing an actual play, Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, 5th edition. Last time, we had the season finale, where a lot of things went down. The ghoul killer, as it turned out, was captured. Turned out to be Stacia's ex, Eric. Stacia was drained and then embraced by Basil. Oh, and she's gone. And now we are picking back up 3 days after this hospital incident. 3 days since the long, silent ride back to the shop. And 3 days since you came back into the shop to find the backside, the collection, ransacked, turned over, gone through like someone was looking for something, but nothing taken. Earlier in the evening, the sound of the doorbell could be heard as the chime, not the bell, the chime, could be heard as Basil and Lindsay left for the night, going who knows where. And after a while of silence, soft piano music begins to play throughout the shop.
That thing needs to be too. So bad.
Actually, as it echoes through the shop, it sounds like it has recently been tuned.
What the hell was that?
I'm not sure, Sirenscape. Let's not do that. Smoking,
It
pendulum.
opens the window. Hey! Get home! Get!
Get home, Diana!
I said I'll talk to him!
There we go.
Why you know my business? Stacia's gonna, I guess, walk downstairs.
As you get around to where you see the piano has been sitting for as long as you know, untouched. Lucien is sitting at the piano playing it, leaned over, his hair disheveled and a mess, and he seems to be very involved in the piano. And it sounds like it has been tuned.
How close can Stacia get before he notices?
He's very involved in what he's doing. Seems to be staring at the keys as he plays.
For like 5 minutes, just stands there. Hey.
That was perfect timing.
That was perfect timing.
He stops playing and he looks up.
It sounds nice.
Yes, it is a very nice piano.
Sounds like you tuned it.
That is a clock that is ticking. I will stop the clock.
Okay, Strahd.
Concern.
Fucking time stop.
Do you want to talk?
I suppose if you're ready.
I don't think I'll ever be, but
He reaches over and plays the very top 2 keys. Like in Ghostbusters when Bill Murray goes ding 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 ding. No rhythm, just ding 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 ding. And you hear a click. And the sound of like mechanical gears in the piano. and the front part of the piano kind of snaps backwards, and he reaches forward and slides this panel to the side, and he reaches in, and he pulls out your box that you have been the box that you have been looking for.
It's a small, maybe about 6 by 8 inches, almost like a music box. Very ornate, old looking, mostly made of wood. A huge lock on the front.
Yeah, you found it.
Yes, I did. And he's going to stand up and walk over to the table that he always sits at, and he's going to place it down and kind of slide it with one finger to the center of the table.
Do I open it? Should I? No, I'll just sits down. When did you find it?
Well, it sort of found me. A long time ago.
What do you mean a long time ago? Like a long time ago, and then you put it somewhere else, and then you just couldn't remember, or someone else took it, but then you just found it, like yesterday.
No, I've had this. It's one of the reasons I didn't want anyone playing the piano. Where are the angels coming from?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, like...
The box? Is it coming from the box? It's in the box, Joseph!
There we go.
Is there a reason why you kept this box from me?
Well, at first, I didn't know what was in it, and didn't want you running off after you found it. But after a while, I couldn't find the right time to tell you that I had it. How long have you been here, Stacia?
A little over 2 years.
And in that time, we've gotten to know each other pretty well, but
Have we?
there's still a lot, apparently not, there's still a lot of things you don't know about me and about your past and how truly connected we really are.
When do you think would have been the right time?
5, 6 more years, you know, when you had matured and stopped acting all teenage-like. Yeah, sorry, wrong.
So you were going to wait.
Until the right opportunity presented itself, yes.
So why now?
Well, I figured things are probably going to change, so why not air out all the dirty laundry?
Well, go on. I do the laundry around here. You might as well air it out.
Yes, I assume that'll be changing as well. So you asked how I came across this box. I have, in the past, met your father. In fact, he
What?
is-
When? What? Is he alive?
Sadly, no. That I wouldn't have kept from you.
But you...
Look at it this way, even if he was, you wouldn't be able to see him now anyway.
She just knocks everything but the box off the table. And just gets up and just stands. And then starts pacing. You knew I was looking for him!
To be fair, I knew you weren't going to find him.
Fair! You knew I was looking for nothing, for no one!
But it
I'm
gave you
looking for this
hope.
box! All those leads that led to nowhere and the misinformation, that was you!
Yes. Yes, it was.
Why? I deserve to know! You're a shitty person! Just turns around. Just try not to cry because it's gross.
Stacia, how much do you remember about your father? Do you know what he did for a living?
Private investigator.
Your father and I have a lot in common. Half-truths and deception run in the family, I suppose.
She turns around just like, don't. You don't get to call him a liar. If
Okay,
he
then.
lied, he was protecting me from something.
Sounds like someone is smoking. I'm sorry.
Was that Sirenscape?
Yeah.
What the hell? Sirenscape's gone rogue tonight.
Yeah, what the fuck?
There we go. All right, turn that one off.
It was
I'm
the
sh-
ghost.
This place is quite haunted, I'm sure.
Very.
All the cursed
This is-
objects.
Facts. It's not disputed. I want to hate you right now. She gets the chair and picks it back up. Sits down and scoots. I want to know why.
Why I hid the box?
I want to know why to everything.
Your father never returned because he was killed.
How?
Sword through the jugular.
Why?
survival. Mine, specifically.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm gonna reach across the table and I'm gonna fucking sock him in the face.
I mean,
Jumping right across that table.
Are you
I'm
gonna
gonna
try
take
to avoid
it. No, I'm gonna
You're
take
gonna
it.
take it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna take it.
She goes, the Stacia, please roll me Dex and Brawl. Not Dex, I'm sorry, Strength and Brawl.
Where are my dice?
I had my dice out because I kind of figured this is what would happen.
I had my dice out, but I had to roll for something completely different.
On brand for Cat.
Oh.
I thought it was just gonna be a pleasant night of talking.
Did you?
No. No, I did not. Alright, I'm doing Dex and Brawl.
Strength and Brawl.
Strength. 1. And then I take one of them out and put a red one.
Correct.
Look at you. See, you're fitting right in already.
I learned it from you!
Yeah, I got it now. 2 successes.
2 successes?
Yes. I need to find one out. One.
I'm just double checking real quick if that actually does anything. Because technically it would usually be the amount of successes over his roll, like the margin of success, and then divided in half, made it superficial. So since he did not try to avoid, you sock him real good right in the nose, and Lucien takes it would technically be 2 superficial damage, but because you're a kindred, it is halved to 1.
And we notate that where on the character sheet?
If you are using that weird character sheet, the old one, I don't know, but I know on the regular
I just made a
one,
note on it.
Yeah, well, you have health boxes.
Health. Yep, health boxes.
Yeah.
I see them.
So do 1 slash, not an X, just 1
Cool.
slash.
Okay.
You knew this whole time that he was dead, and it was you, and you. God, you're a bastard.
I'm aware.
Sorry.
I'm the one who should be sorry. It was never my intention to hurt you, Stacia. But I suppose I was afraid to tell you the truth, for fear of losing you. It seems like that is all I'm good for, losing friends and family.
Yeah, when you do stupid shit like this, how the fuck else was I supposed? Did you think that 5 years this would have been easier to swallow? Are you fucking out of your mind? God, Lucien. My life was shit because of you. What was he even doing here? What was my father doing in your... This wasn't it.
He came looking for me.
Why?
His occupation demanded it.
What shady shit were you doing that deserved my father to be looking into you?
Now, just wait a minute, Stacia. I was not into shady shit until you showed up.
Are you ridiculously insane? What do you think your job is? You work at night! That's a definition of shade!
Okay. Larceny. Larceny's new.
Where did you even find this?
The key?
Yeah. What? Were you looking for it?
Well, once the box was here, I figured the key should be with the box. You know how I am with, pieces missing in the collection. Not that this was a part of my collection.
Did my mom have this box?
If she did, it was before I came across it.
Do you think someone would kill her for it?
I don't know what's in the box, Stacia. I've never opened it.
Then why do you have it? Why is it in your collection? What do you think is in this box?
Knowing that you were looking for it, I didn't want to get rid of it. That would send you away.
You know I'd find it.
Anywhere else, yes. I've trained you well.
Why was my father looking for you?
Again, his occupation.
What does that mean? What was he investigating you for, Lucien?
Same reason you came to me. All those nights ago.
What? To get the necklace?
He was a vampire hunter. Yes, I know. It's so silly to consider a mortal.
You don't get to laugh at that. No.
Sorry.
You're telling me my father was a kindred hunter.
Mm-hmm. Quite good, actually. I barely got out of that fight. Sorry.
She just gets up again and just starts pacing.
He flinches.
So he found out your secret, and then he came to kill you, and then you killed him, and then I come along a couple of years later, and
Yes, I found it interesting that you would come knocking on my door all those years later. At first it was just interesting, but then I started to believe that perhaps it was destiny or fate.
you believing in destiny and fate.
Kind of hard to ignore.
Good.
Try to understand from my perspective. Someone knocks on my door, threatens my survival, and then years later, their progeny also knocks on my door and tries to expose my secret.
I wasn't gonna expose your secret. I just...
How did you come to find me, Stacia? It wasn't by chance, was it?
No.
It's because I kept the box here.
A couple years ago, I got a letter with the necklace and just a name. And then I just started looking.
Have you ever asked yourself where the letter came from?
I thought it was my father, but better not say it was you.
You held up one finger, Star, so I'm...
Oh, I put it in the chat, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wrong chat. I'm sorry, I have 3 different chats pulled up.
It wasn't Lucien.
Okay.
Essentially, it was not Lucien.
Yeah, I didn't remember doing that.
No.
Okay.
He's old. His memory's going.
Maybe it's the concussion I just gave him. You were alive!
I can honestly say that it wasn't me, Stacia. That letter did not come from me. But someone sent it, which means someone knew where you could find clues to start you on the path. I won't begrudge you your anger and your frustration. I understand. If this changes things between us, then so be it. But look at the bigger picture. Remember to remove yourself from the now and pull yourself out and look at everything. Something is going on. Someone is playing grand games. And we are but pawns. Well, I was a knight and now you're probably a rook or something. You were a pawn. Enough with the metaphors, you look confused. The point is, you can be angry with me all you want. But something is tying us together. And there is a foul plot afoot. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. It's been so long since I've been able to talk like this.
Honestly? Truthfully?
Yes, I suppose that's what we're doing now. Honesty and truthfulness.
What's gonna happen when the cam finds out?
Well, I'm not 100% sure. My guess, they will try to get us in trouble, but since Basil is the one who embraced you, and he is not a part of the cam, he's an anarch, I believe, we may be able to get out of this, at least with our lives. I'm sure they'll probably have more jobs for us, or a reason for us to continue working together, perhaps. Hopefully.
Bet you'd like that. I want to hate you so bad right now. So bad. How could you even look at me knowing what you did? She's like welling up. Her eyes are just starting to tear.
Blood. Tear blood.
Tear blood.
Yeah.
Gross.
It's a little intimidating.
It has been hard.
Is that why you were such a dick at first?
I was a dick.
Yeah. Uber dick. I got back on drugs because of you.
You're... Okay, blame me. That's fine.
Weed is not drugs.
Didn't say it.
Drugs is when you go into a lab and you have to put some stuff together and do chemistry and shit, and that makes a product, and it's not natural, okay? Weed just grows in the ground, and when you happen to light it up, it just happens to make you feel good. It's just a gift from God.
Your hand. Stacia,
It's fine.
that happened before you returned, didn't it?
Yeah, you don't remember?
I do now. Fuck.
Yes. Let's just share with the class, why don't we?
The table, you know... I hate that. It's fine.
I hate being lied to
Yes.
by someone I trust.
To be fair, you never did fully trust me.
I guess my instinct was right.
Fair. Stacia, you might want to, find a pair of gloves that you like.
Why? What's wrong? What did you do to me now?
Well, technically I didn't do it. You reached out and grabbed it. I just told you to do that. But I think that's going to be permanent. Sorry, I didn't realize that this was...
What is it? What is this? Is this gonna get me in trouble or something?
Yeah, perhaps.
Lucien, you know that that's the residual mark from the Ward Against Ghouls that was on Samuel's door. You know that, because especially when you guys were identifying that, I think you got a crit, actually. You know that it's not uncommon for the different wards to have very specific symbols according to what type of ward they are. And usually Kindred can just heal that damage in, a night. For Stacia, if she hadn't gotten embraced, it would have eventually faded, maybe left a very faint scar. But since she was embraced so soon after it, she wasn't physically hurt anymore, but that scar is going to be there. And it definitely marks her as having trying to trespass a Ward Against Ghouls.
Yes, that could present an issue if it is noticed.
Great. Don't get a heartbeat. Don't get to have hands.
You can actually, Stacia, you can feign a heartbeat.
No, I don't.
I could teach you how to... No, okay. Just thought perhaps I could help him.
It's not really your job.
Kind of took that job. Just not good at it.
Be better at it if you were just truthful.
It's very hard for me to do. Sorry.
Are you, though? Because I'm having a really hard time believing you're sorry about any of this. I trusted you with everything. That's why you wouldn't let me talk about him. She starts dripping blood. Ew, 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 ew. Ugh! Looks away.
Not to add salt to the wound, you're not going to be able to talk to your therapist anymore either. You're going to have to find someone new. Oh, and the connections in your network, probably not going to be able to use them any longer. This is not what I wanted either, Stacia. I did promise you that I would never turn you, and I kept my promise. Yes, Barry, it is very sad.
That's the ghost boy.
Oh.
You good, Raider? Go lay down. I'm not used to derp dogs.
He knows you're sad and he wants to be sad with you.
He wants to get out of the kennel. The other one's right here. I'm not really sad. I'm not for real sad. I'm not for real sad.
You know, now that I think about it, I never really have lied to you, Stacia.
Take it from someone who's spent a lot of life lying, not telling the truth, and withholding information that you know that is important is lying. Manipulating it is lying. If you have to think if you did a good thing or a bad thing, it's lying. If you're doing it to avoid consequences, Lucien, it's fucking lying.
So, are you going to open the box?
No. I'm not. We can wait another 5 years. Do you think this is what whoever broke in here was looking for?
It would be a safe assumption.
Takes it. She goes like into the kitchen. Your shit poo-poo face.
I'm just gonna stay at the table so she can do her thing.
Open this box.
All right. You take the box into the kitchen, jam the key in it, just click it, and it opens easily. Deceptively easily. It seemed like it was fairly tight before you clicked it open. And you flip the top open. It's felt lined on the inside. On top there's a very, 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 very old envelope that almost feels, it's so fragile when you touch it. Feels that one wrong move and it could easily fall apart. But it definitely has other papers inside of it. Moving that to the side or tilting it up, whatever, you see a pouch that's about the same width and length as the inside of the box. maybe some sort of leather. Also very old, very soft.
Lucien, can you go get the stupid gloves? For the old stuff.
I'm sorry, did you call me?
You know damn well I called you.
What do you... Ah, yes. I'm gonna go into my office and grab a pair of gloves and come back. What did you find?
She like steps aside. I'm not touching it.
Oh, you want me to? Lucien starts to look a little excited.
Don't look happy about this. This is not a happy time.
Sorry. Put the other glove on, and I'm going to very delicately, and while I'm looking at her, reach in and try to grab the leather pouch out of there.
Okay, so you move the very, very carefully move the envelope of papers aside, and you go. I'm guessing that you've got like the box set down, since it's all very old. You go to, with your gloved hands, pick up the pouch, and there's a flash that both of you have seen before. And Lucien, you take an aggravated damage. As
Fuck.
you realize this thing is definitely warded against kindred.
Stacia. Oh,
But
shit.
give me wits and investigation, though.
Both of us?
Either one, or both. Mostly Lucien because you just tried to handle it, but both will work.
2 plus investigate. 5. 1, 2, 3. 3 successes.
Okay.
4 and awareness.
Investigation.
Investigation, sorry. Wow, all failures.
Blank,
Five dice for that.
blanks across the board?
Blanks across the board.
That was a big dice pool. Wow, I cannot believe that. You can roll willpower now if you would like.
I'm too mad at Lucy.
Okay. So Lucien reel back, and through handling it from the way that Stacia was handling it, you can tell it's got a little bit of heft to it. So whatever's in the pouch is definitely the main weight that's in this box. You also, through having her sit it down, you feel like you've heard some very slight tinkling, clinking inside, almost as though maybe there's something glass inside of that pouch.
Well, I don't think either of us are going to get into this right away. But it did sound like there was something glass in there. Do you have any idea what it might be?
Didn't even know it existed till I came here, Lucien.
Yes, sorry.
Great. I can't even.
I'd like to put everything back the way I found it and then like close the lid.
Are you going to look at the papers at all? It's
I'm
not like a sealed envelope. It is just like an open envelope.
I'm not. I'm just gonna kind of put everything back, close the lid, and then slide it over, and well, it's in good hands now.
Am I mature enough for this responsibility, Lucien?
I don't know. Your attitude is a little bit immature now, but
Fact that I haven't ripped your face off your stupid head is enough maturity, I think. She takes a box. We're not done.
good. You see a little bit of a smile on his face at this point.
She looks away. Anything else you want to get off your chest?
Well, if we're being honest with each other, the way you lean against the glass when you're cleaning documents is slightly irritating.
I'm gonna punch him again. punch him. I'm a straight
Oh my
punch him.
god, we're gonna fucking put Lucy in a torpor tonight, guys. Lindsay and Basil are gonna come back and Lucy's gonna be laid out on the floor. But I mean, like, what other end did we see here? Give me strength and brawl, please.
I'm scared. One. Oh, there we go. Mama said knock you out.
What'd you get?
3 successes.
All right, so that's another 1 superficial for Lucien.
That's a slash, but that'll be
Yes.
over the cross that I have. And then the aggravated is a full one, right?
The aggravated is an X.
Yeah.
The 2 superficial are 2
So I
slashes.
should have 2 full boxes. Two X's.
You should have 2 slashes
and 1 X.
and then an aggravated. 2 slashes and an X.
Okay. Got it.
It's not until the entire thing fills up with slashes or X's that you start to do the X's again.
Gotcha.
So good.
Oh. Yeah, I suppose we should probably start looking for someone else to run the shop during the day as well. That is, if you still want to run the shop.
Just lost everything, Lucien.
Not everything. And you have gained answers. Answers you have been looking for. Yes, I lied about them. Withheld the truth, however you want to look at it, but now you know, now you have answers. Or at least you're presented with the opportunity to investigate those answers, since we can't, both of us can't touch it. It's a little serendipitous that you're now a kindred and can't touch it, and
What would you have done if Basil didn't turn me? Would you have let me die? She's looking him right in the eye.
no. I would have been forced to break my promise, I think. But let's be honest, since that's what we're doing, that promise was never fully settled on this end.
You never promised anything, Lucien. You didn't even say anything. I just hope that you would have respected my wishes.
Well, had I respected your wishes, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. You would not have the box, and you would be no closer to any answers. You would have died in vain.
I would have been with my family.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
Your church and your damn gods and... When you are in a better mood, we will sit down and have this discussion later.
What the fuck is that even supposed to mean? What?
Sorry.
I'm never gonna get to see them because of you. I'm gonna go to hell. Like the rest of you.
Again, you would like to have that conversation. There are a couple books in my study that you should read through.
You gonna take my religion away from me too?
I am going to present you with information and let you make up your own mind. You can continue to go to church on Sundays, it just has to be at night. Nighttime services are better than day services anyway, aren't they? I've always heard the choirs are better at night.
You don't get to hear the birds on the walk.
Nightingales sing at night, and owls.
You don't see the kids playing.
There are quite a few kids
Get to
outside
feel
running
the
in the streets
sun.
nowadays. Fair, but the sun is overrated.
I like the sun. Paint you to all those stupid sunrises. Gets up again.
You know, it is a marvel. We have, what are they, 4K televisions now. It's almost like staring at the sunrise.
I know you're trying to make this better,
I really am.
but your tone is just so fucking Lucien. Could you just, for a second, have some sort of emotion? Please. 'Cause I'm trying not to be. I don't want to lose you too.
You are not in danger of that unless you do it yourself.
You're in fucking danger of it. Sorry.
No, I deserve that.
Can't help it.
I know, it's the Bruja in you. I anticipated it. I figured this was more your speed than true.
Did you ask Basil to do this? Why am I even asking? Just like walks around the kitchen island just like mad.
To be fair, Basil did it willingly. I mean, Basil likes you just as much as I do and didn't want to see you go. It's not like I had to twist hard. I didn't have to blackmail or manipulate Basil into doing anything. It was sort of a nudge.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
I
in
don't
the day,
need sleep.
whatever.
Listen, a lot has happened in the last 4 days.
A long week.
It's been a long 2 weeks. It's been a long, like, 2.5 weeks.
I don't expect you to get past this quickly, but we have a long time to mend our wounds and repair our relationship, so if you need some time and space, I understand. This would give me an opportunity to visit Russia. Here, it's cold this time of year.
I wanted to go to Florida and you want to go to Russia?
You want to go to Florida?
I wanted to go to Disney World.
Oh, that place is better at night anyway. All the lights.
That's what he said. I wanted to go for Halloween.
Then go. You will blend right in during Halloween. Nobody will even notice Kindred walking around on Halloween. The fangs they'll think it's a costume. See?
Lucien, I literally said these exact words to you. And you said no.
Well, that
Who's
was
gonna run the
then.
shop?
This is now. You're no longer running the shop. You are...
I lost my job too.
Co-owner.
What?
Please don't ask me to repeat that.
I'm going to. I think it was a nightingale. New ears.
Listen, we are going to have to find someone to run the shop during the day to replace you But you're not losing your job, you're just stepping up to be a partner, as it were.
Partner.
Yes. This is your haven too now. If you want it. Again, if you need your space, I understand.
This is my home. Not going anywhere. But you're not going to Russia without me. Who's going to open your doors?
Are you planning to continue doing that?
Wait.
I figured I'd have to find a new
Completely
ghoul.
pathetic.
I can open doors, Stacia. I just had you.
You're not getting a new ghoul over my literal dead body.
You sound like you're feeling better already. That was a pun.
It's just a distraction. I'm still planning on killing you. In your sleep, of course.
Just gonna let that sit.
Okay.
So I guess I will contact Dwayne and have him draw up the paperwork to have you become partner. Put you on the deed. Are you wanting to be added to the account, or do you want your own account? The financials. I'm sorry. I'm switching to business mode. Is this too fast? Do you need time?
Were you gonna do all this stuff anyways?
Well, I mean, mortals only have so many years for prime. You were going to get old, and eventually, and then you would slow down and not be as stealthy. I don't know. I hadn't planned that far.
Who's your ghoul? You know that's not going to happen.
Longer, but still happens eventually.
You need to get better at lying again, I guess. Or just don't do it.
I'm sorry,
anymore.
It's a habit.
Don't. Just don't do it. Just don't.
Now that we've laid all that out on the floor, there are a few other things that I think perhaps we should discuss, as they will probably affect you as well. I've already brought up the scar. There is a bit of bad blood, no, excuse the pun, between Samuel and I, and having you break into his office at the museum could lead to some consequences in the future, and I just want you to be aware that that was probably not smart.
Probably.
Also, kind of mouthed off to Gideon.
Prada.
Was it Prada? Yes,
Yeah.
Prada. Mouthed off to Prada. You're not necessarily my child, but you were my ghoul, so I just want you to be aware of some things that might be coming up in the future, may or may not affect your future. You know, the best laid plans and all that. As you can see, failure seems to be my legacy. I'm sorry that you are tied to that, but at least you are Basil's child and not mine. Perhaps Basil's luck will rub off on you, and not so much mine.
She leans against the counter. I don't think you're a failure. I think you've made some very poor choices. More recent, I suppose, than others.
Sorry, I read chat.
Go home, Lindsay! I didn't really have anything before you. And I definitely understand failure. Being with Eric. Real piece of work he is. But
at risk of starting another fire, who was Eric?
That's fine.
I'm sorry, come again?
We used to date.
I'm sorry. I am old. Could you please speak up?
He was my boyfriend for a long time. Just really proud of it, okay?
Yes, well, everyone has those relationships. What I'm struggling to deal with here is your anger with me withholding the truth, when this whole thing seems to lead back to you not telling me about these letters that you had been receiving. Not placing blame. We've both fucked up.
Lucien, you killed 2 of my therapists.
3 now.
What the fuck? You didn't have to kill him! I liked him! He had 3 kids! God, you're so destructive! How was I supposed to know he'd become a freaking psychopath serial killer? Could barely walk when I left him. Might have put a bullet in his leg.
Perhaps when they told us that the suspect had a limp, you could have started to share that information with the rest of us.
No, not something I think about every day, okay? I actively avoid it, actually, all the time. I try not to think about that chapter of my life. I'm here now. I'm with you, and it was in the past. He was just a drug dealer, not a murderer.
Yes, well, I don't think, even though the cam has him, and I don't think he has a future, I am a bit concerned. Your past came back to bite you, literally.
That's a pun.
I'm also concerned about who turned him, who embraced Eric, for what purpose.
I don't know. He was rattling off about when he was turned, you like that girl that Basil picked up that night. We met Lindsay.
Oh. What were his words exactly?
She's coming.
Really?
We're professionals.
All right, that's the end of the stream.
I broke it.
Oh, I forgot to turn the pun counter on. I'm sorry.
Ah.
That's my fault. She is coming. Who is she? This Stacia is exactly what I'm talking about. It feels like there's something on the wind. Someone is playing a long game. I have not enough pieces. I feel like there are plenty of dots on the map and I'm just unable to connect them.
Or, hear me out, some asshole kindred is just, like when people get AIDS and they just start spree fucking people to ruin the rest of their lives. And then ruin other people's lives.
Okay. It should, that you're young. We'll let you go with that. No, this definitely feels like there is a plan. Perhaps if my memory was better, or I could just find a line to connect something, I would be able to see this coming, but I do believe that destiny, fate, has brought us together for a reason.
Maybe Nicholas knows. Nicholas... Lindsay said that she overheard Nicholas telling Prada that she needed to be protected.
From who?
Exactly. Or what? I mean, other than herself.
Well, perhaps we could go see Nicholas. It would be fun to watch you, interject now. I'm sorry, too soon? I'm just... You've always been feisty, but now...
Is this all I'm good for now?
What is that supposed to mean, Stacia?
All the things that I used to do for you, I can't do.
Not all.
The ones that matter. Neither of us can do them now. Well, if I do, it's gonna...
We can find someone to do the things that you are doing for me.
Not someone we can trust. I mean, how do you even find someone you can trust?
Well, the last person just walked into my shop. Demanded information. I'm sure it'll happen again sometime. Until then...
I really, really hope not. I really...
My point, Stacia, is that you do things for me that no one else can. And you can still do those things. I can open doors, I can drive myself, I can run the shop if I need to. Those are not things that I need you to do.
Why'd you let me do them?
Well, you showed interest.
I thought that's what you wanted.
We have been accumulating quite a bit of money from the shop. You've been doing a wonderful job. It's not really my thing. Thought that was what you wanted. So I let you do it.
am still really, really, really mad and confused.
Fair enough. Give it time. Your feelings will dissipate. Mine have.
I don't want that. I don't want to be like that.
Well, as long as we stick together, then we can work on that together. You did a wonderful job of grounding me.
You just need a little push. Stubborn.
Takes one to know one.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for proving my point. If it's any consolation, I am a bit more scared of you now.
Good.
See? See? Enjoy that.
I think I'm starting to. Returning the favor.
Wait, are you saying that you were afraid of me all those years? 2? All those 2 years?
Yeah, Lucien. You're quite demanding and ridiculous in your demands. Honestly, I didn't sleep the first few days because I was busy doing all the work you had me do.
Sorry, I thought that's what... You were my first
Think carefully
ghoul.
before you lie to me again, Lucien.
You were my first ghoul.
I don't think that gives you any reason to be an asshole. It felt like you were trying to break me off. Which made me that much more determined and prove you wrong.
It worked, didn't it?
I don't think this is the result I wanted.
Fair. But it is the result that we have now. And there's nothing we can do to undo it. So, no sense in dwelling on the past. Just look to the future. What is it you kids say? What is the phrase? It gets kind of ironic now. YOLO.
She just walks over and hugs him. It only took me dying for you to hug me back.
Yes, well, let's not do that often, huh?
Oh no, we're gonna do it often. I feel you owe me that. About 2 years of it at least. Look, I can even pick you up now.
Hang on.
Hey, I could pick Joe up in real life right now. Guaranteed.
I'm a little heavier than I look. My wife cooks well.
I'm a little stronger than I look. I do push-ups.
Yeah.
True.
We don't get to nat 20 in this game.
We can change that every crit.
No, we don't need to. This is my off night. Get emotionally abused instead. Lies, that's Thursday.
I am quite relieved, Stacia, I did not expect this evening to go.
Don't. It didn't. It just went. Did my dad suffer?
No. He went quick. Do I need to roll?
Are you lying? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Manipulation and subterfuge. If you are lying, and Stacia, that is wits and insight.
You said what in subterfuge?
Manipulation and subterfuge.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And subterfuge.
You guys have the same die pool for this.
Okay. The only time the stars matter is when?
There's 2 of them.
Star always matters. She's our
2 stars?
storyteller.
Yes,
Two
when there's
different-
2 onks with stars or fangs.
Okay, I have 2 onks with stars, and then the 3 regular onks.
7? Did you also crit?
Mm-hmm.
Was 1 fangs?
No.
No. Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, so Lucien got 7. Kat, what was yours again?
2 onks with the stars, and
Okay.
then 3 regular.
We tied, didn't we?
You tied!
Oh no!
So it goes. Ties usually go to the active kindred, which in this case
It was Lucien.
was
He's
Lucien.
lying.
But Stacia, after everything else tonight, you want to believe him, but you know that there's a chance that he's bullshitting you.
You're not saying that just because you don't want me to get mad at you, are you? Because we're being honest now. Or we're not lying to each other anymore, right? Because we're partners.
It wasn't quick. It was... You don't know this now, Stacia, but there are things that you'll have to deal with that make you... Perhaps you'll have to deal with it sooner rather than later. When you're fighting for survival, the beast inside you will oftentimes cloud your judgment and your mind, and you will do things in your future that you're not entirely proud of.
She just like grabs his hand. It wasn't you.
Honestly, no.
Did you bury him?
I did not.
It's fine. It's not like he's there anyways. She just kind of awkwardly lets go.
Are you sure that you want me to be honest with you, Stacia?
Do you honestly want to keep lying to me?
It seems to be the only thing I'm good at. Can't even pull that off, I guess. So... No, perhaps it would be best just to lay it all out there. I've just spent so long lying to people and manipulating them. It's...
Secrets don't make friends, Lucien.
Well, neither did honesty.
Doing shady shit kind of, again, doesn't really bring you friends.
I was not shady. A bit naive. A bit too trusting. Much like you when I was a young kindred.
Just don't lie to me anymore. Even if you think I'm gonna get mad.
Continue to be my friend? Despite the lies I've told up to this point?
Friend? Maybe not. For a while. We're still family. Even if I hate your guts.
Fair. Family often do hate each other.
Mine didn't. Take her box. Just gonna put it back in the
Piano?
Yeah.
If you wish to keep it in there, the combination...
I don't want to know. The less people that know, the better. Just figure out a cipher or something and tell me later. I just don't want to think about it right now. Just, if someone came in here for whatever is in this box, then it's better it stays hidden.
Yes, well...
And until we can find a human to look at this. You couldn't have given it to me before I died. God. She just starts walking, just knocking shit down on the way.
I'm sorry. I did not anticipate you dying so quickly.
Slander!
Lies and slander. Are you heading back up to your room, Stacia?
Yeah.
Well, as you do so, pass through the hallway, past Lindsay's room, Base's room, back to your room, the wreck that it is now after 2-3 days of absolute inconsolable rage at what has happened. The window is uncovered. You can see out to the street and to the back side of the shop, and you see down in the garden that your moonflowers have bloomed. And that's where we're going to end our chapter in tonight's vampire story.
I didn't kill him.
Yay! We didn't have to have Joey roll.
I only punched him twice. I think I did very good. I think I gamed.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. This is normally DB's job, but she's on vacation. So follow us on social media, which we have NA by Night for this one on Instagram. We have the Nerd Asylum on Instagram and Facebook. And is there a Twitter?
There is a Twitter, yes.
Cool. There's a Twitter. It exists. Check out the shop. We have cool NA by Night stuff. We have posters and we have stuff for other shows that are Nerd Asylum related.
Yeah.
Check out our Patreon if you want to help support us do more stuff like this and keep these shows going. I know that there's been some good NA by Night stuff. There's been some stuff, I think a couple of things for some other shows. And we've got our summer season coming up. There's going to be a little shift in shows here soon. So stay tuned to see. Yeah, stay tuned to see the news and the new shows and who's going to be in the new rosters.
The new lineup.
Is that everything? Did I do everything?
I think so. You got the website, nerdasylum.com. You got the social medias. You got the Patreon. You got the summer season coming up. You got, that's everything.
Yeah.
Yay, I did it.
Join us Thursday for Barovia Beckons.
Yes, join us Thursday for
only different.
Well, it is this week I believe is the crew minus Shiloh.
Shiloh is currently in Strahd's castle, and we will not be visiting that.
Shiloh's currently in Strahd's castle in Florida. So
the devil's dick.
Will we fall apart without Shiloh? I feel like we might.
Probably.
I feel like, definitely.
Might.
Yeah, there's no one reining in that boy. Tune in when I get to be an angry, sad boy.
Angry, sad girl, angry, sad boy.
All
seems
because
to be a theme.
Joe, yet again.
Yep.
The theme here, if you're new. Get used to it.
As always, stay nerdy, friends, and we'll see you next time.
Eat the street!